Hello everyone, I want to thank Sleepy for the interview. Since their side is not in the document, they get to speak on their side of this situation. And I'm glad that I was able to help out on this. Learning from their side, they first meet Golden was seeing a community post for Amy Rose voice acting cast. They then started to voice for Golden in his live streams. First off, with the flirting, it didn't start right away, but over a few months, he started to flirt with them, giving them nicknames, while they had a girlfriend. They didn't pay too much mind to that at the time, since it was brushed off as a joke. Later on, they did start to see Golden flirting with other members in the team, like Sean. But there are others they didn't know he flirted with, like Moon. I did talk about the harem GC with them, and they mostly said they got into the group unexpectedly. They didn't think much of it at the time, but things started to get weird as everyone in the GC started to flirt with each other, to the point it made them uncomfortable. They tried to leave the GC, but Golden always brought them back in, to the point they just muted the GC. Later on, the flirting started to become more detailed throughout Jackpot. But again, they didn't notice anything wrong at the time. During the Jackpot time, Sleepy and Golden were both close friends, but they saw Golden talking to someone behind their backs. But it wasn't just someone. During the Jackpot time, Sleepy and Golden were both close friends, to the point that Golden talked to them about someone behind their backs. But it wasn't just someone, it was one of their friend. They brought their friend to Jackpot to get a voice acting opportunity. Their friend joined Jackpot and hadn't gotten any work to do, just been in voice calls, hanging out with others. Golden was planning to firing their friend for doing nothing. While they did try to talk to Golden about the back talk, and trying to give them some more work to do, but ended up with nothing after making that said friend a backup VA for streams. While Sleepy was one of his favorites in Jackpot, when they once started as a voice actor, they then became one of the artists for thumbnails, stills, stickers, and concept art for projects, becoming the go-to person in Gold's content. But when more artists started to come in, the favoritism started to show, giving them more work than Sleepy because they either couldn't do it at the time, or were too slow to finish it. While at times they did get more work to do, but not as much. As a whole, Jackpot wasn't professional, it was more of a large friend group, and almost anything following any meeting was not taken fully seriously or professionally. With work-wise was always usually rushed, being done last minute, late, or done late into the night. To the point, they had to stay up, working until 2 to 4 in the morning on school night, working on stuff because Golden wouldn't let Sleepy go until they finished. Not only had they been running on a few hours of sleep, but it also destroyed their mental health, getting a lot more tired and prone to being ticked off, causing them to distance their school friends at the time to just relax on their own. When the doc dropped, they started to see the signs that they didn't see before, and pointed out what he would do to them. He tried to act nice and kind to drag them in, bonding with them and all. He then started playfully flirting until it began to escalate, and then used these same kind of tactics and promise of payment and recognition in order to keep getting work out of them. With payment, they didn't charge them with anything other than getting them Nitro only, since they didn't have a payment account at the time. But once Golden said he would be paying his voice actors when he gets his channel monetized, after doing the numbers initially, along with promising them to pay everyone. While Sleepy didn't charge him with voice lines, they did charge them with artworks, as the total is up to 700. As of today, when this video has come out, Golden still hasn't paid Sleepy. Which is weird since he paid everyone from the jackpot. It's insane and scummy since this was over a year since jackpot ended, and they still haven't gotten their money. They did confront him 2 months ago for the money, but he said Golden was moving out, so he didn't have the money. For context, their friend made a deal with him, which he and Golden would pay Sleepy monthly on what they own. At the time, their friend had paid them $115 as in May, but with Golden hasn't done his part, he has been radio silent. Here are my thoughts. I never thought Golden would be more of a crappy person, and yet I was wrong. Not paying someone you promised to pay over a year is an insane thing to do. I do hope his team sees this and shows this could happen to them as well. For those people who might be saying he has changed. And yet he hasn't paid Sleepy when he has 105k subscribers, with his last video having 203k views. Again, please do not harass anyone mentioned in this video. This is meant to spread awareness to the ones who didn't get a chance to speak.